Hey, are we live? Yeah, we are. We're live. This is your daily tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Thank you for joining me live on Instagram. If you're joining me on Astrology Motivation, then you're watching this recorded. And if you love this daily tarot card reading, please be sure to like the video. Share the video on your social media platforms and subscribe to the channel. Also ring that bell so you get notified every time I upload new content. If you want to join me live, remember, all you have to do is find me at born_without_boundaries on Instagram. Remember that Monday around 9 o'clock, I go live on Astrology Motivation for our Astrology Motivation chat. I haven't decided what the topic is going to be yet, but I will figure it out. I have an idea in my head, and I don't know. I'm not going to announce anything yet. What's up? Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for joining. This is a daily tarot card reading for all signs. It is for everyone that needs or wants to hear. You are called to the reading because you are called to it. What's up? Oh, wow. Good evening to you in Sweden. I am actually part Swedish, and I have Swedish relatives that live over in Sweden. I've never met them, but my great aunt has, and I hope to meet them one day. So hello to Sweden. I really would love to go. It just gives me chills when I know that people from so far away are connecting, and I love that very much. So I got a message. I'm gonna discuss this because that's what I do. I got a message, a comment below one of these daily tarot card readings saying, "I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but you've just started to bitch too much in the beginning of the videos, and I don't like it." And she left that message. This person left that message on the wrong video. Hey, from a British chick in Spain. That's two wonderful places to be. I've never been to Spain. I've been to England. I've never been to Spain, but I would love to go there too. Places to go, man. Places to go. So she left this on the wrong video because it was on yesterday's video. And yesterday's video, I wasn't just bitching. And I know that I do get into political things sometimes. I talk to you guys about it. But that's the beauty of the live chat, is I can be more me over here. I don't have to be just focused. See, I'm Born Without Boundaries Tarot. I'm extremely focused. It is completely and 100% the Zodiac and the energy and all about that. But here it's a little bit more me. I'm a little bit more free. I'm a little bit more involving my own mind and life. And then I get into the daily tarot. And I tell you guys, if you're looking for just the reading, all you have to do is fast forward. You don't need me to timestamp it for you. You have the fast forward button. You can see when I start to shuffle the cards. It's really simple. It's really easy. But yesterday was it yesterday? It was not the day to say that to me, because I was not bitching. I was sticking up for myself. There's a difference between complaining about things and setting boundaries so that people treat you with respect. And I had to confront something because people were overstepping their bounds with me. And as somebody who does something that is in the public eye, I am not a celebrity. That's not what I am. But I do things that's in the public, with the public. And there's a lot of people contacting me every day. And some people, because they don't see me as a real person, they overstep their bounds. And they do things that make me uncomfortable and really fuck up my energy. And listen, I can't do my job the way I want for my personal clients, for my Zodiac readings, for these dailies. All the work that I do is in energy. And if people come in and they scare me, they hurt me, they assault me, they insult me, and I'm dealing with all that, then my energy's messed up. So I have to put up boundaries. My channel is named Born Without Boundaries for a reason, because it's all about teaching people and learning myself how to establish healthy boundaries so that you can live a healthy life. And that means saying no. and letting and telling people this is where it stops, this is where it ends, this is what I will do, and I will not go beyond that. This is how you're allowed to treat me, and this is how you're not. Boundaries are so essential to set in life, and since I feel like I was born without them, and my young life was all about learning, first of all, that I had the right to set them for myself, and then secondly, how to set them for myself. This is what inspired me to create Born Without Boundaries. And so yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was setting boundaries. I was not bitching. I was setting boundaries. And anybody that ever calls you a bitch or says you're just complaining when you are setting a boundary is somebody who had no respect for you in the beginning, ever would have respect for you, and it's just best to block them and get them out of your space. Because there is just this clear, like, if you don't want to hear me set a boundary, if it offends you and all you're there for is what you want from somebody, then you're disgusting, you're the problem, and you're not somebody that I even want on my channel, because maybe one day down the road there's hope for you, but you're clearly not in the mindset or vibing anywhere near. You were probably looking for one of those trash tarot readings talking about your ex and how you could get back at them. Low vibrational shit is all over the fucking internet and part of the tarot community, so go find it. That's not going to ever be what you find here. What I was doing was setting a boundary and hopefully setting an example of how to set a boundary, of how to set boundaries. So yeah, I had to confront that. I really did. I had to confront that. I had to confront that statement. It was all out of whack. It was all out of whack. You always have a right to set your boundaries, to confront issues and say if things are making you feel uncomfortable. And since I do, hi, what's up, sweetie? What's happening? I'm just talking about a comment that I was talking about, that I had gotten on Astrology Motivation and underneath the daily tarot card reading. What's up, Teresa? It's not bitching when you stick up for yourself. That's not what bitching is, and anybody that would call you a bitch or insult you for doing so never had good intentions for you anyway. So just an FYI. Let's get into now that I've said that, I'm going to get into where is the moon. Today is Thursday, August 26th. The moon goes void of course at 5. So the moon is about void of course now. It's in void of course now. It's the moon is entering Taurus. It is still in Aries. It enters Taurus early this morning, or over in California about 10 o'clock, 10:30 tonight. So the moon is heading into Taurus. Void of course is almost like cusp. Think of a cusp, the cusp for the moon. It's when the moon is between two zodiac signs, so things could get a little bit mushy and a little bit mucky. Void, of course, is never a great time period to sign anything or make any decisions, because your intuition kind of gets a little bit fogged or clouded. So, so maybe you didn't know that, but that's the good thing for you guys to know. But the moon is heading into Taurus, and I said this in the weekly astrology forecast. This is a good thing. The moon in Taurus always feels solid. Like emotions start to be clear and well rooted and comfortable. It's a serene time. It's a serene place for the moon. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So it's just a lovely place for it to visit. Let's put it that way. The moon is at home in Cancer, but I feel like its heart is in Taurus. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's home away from home, if you will. So yeah, we're heading into Taurus, and things should start kind of easing up with how kind of chaotic it's been. If you felt emotionally drained, that's usually what the moon in Taurus, moon in Aries does to people. Makes you feel emotionally drained because you're Your emotions are kind of very chaotic, and they want answers, and they want it now, and they feel kind of suspicious of everything and defensive of everything. You can be very pop-offish and get very angry really instantly, or overreactive when the moon is in Aries. So this is a much calmer place for it to be. Let's get into it. Let's see what else. This is a day of harvest. I still feel so tired today. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I will give myself, oh, stop. I do know why. You know why? It's because it's Thursday. Thursday is kind of like my Friday. It's kind of like, because I start really, my hardcore work week starts on Sunday. But I'm working on Saturdays too. So when Thursday rolls around, I'm finishing up my personal readings. I'm doing the last of my Zodiac signs. I mean, I do about 5 videos a day, Monday through Thursday. And then Friday eases up a little bit. It's just less videos, less stress. This isn't a full moon or a new moon, so I'm not going to do a pick a card tomorrow. So really all I have to do is the daily, and I have to work on the forecast. But this is kind of like, I can just like relax a little bit. And my body's feeling that. It really is. So I want to say thank you for all the views of the videos on Born Without Boundaries are getting. It's extraordinary, and you're extraordinary. And I'm so grateful for all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the channel and joining this space. Welcome, and thank you for supporting me. This is trying to figure out, basically, or seeing that something just isn't working out, or something is delayed, or it's stalled, or no matter how hard you work on something, it doesn't seem to be coming to fruition. And bam, this is the total ending, the complete ending. It's about to come to an end. Whatever hasn't been working out is about to come to an end. That's it. Now, this could actually be very good news, because it could mean that the dysfunction that you're experiencing, when I say these things, guys, it doesn't fucking mean your whole life is in turmoil. But wherever you're experiencing, whatever part of your life you're experiencing this turmoil in, it's easing up. It's coming to an end. There seems to be a release in it. A release. I mean, that could be major disappointment, right? But the wonderful thing about the Ten of Swords, and there's not many wonderful things about the Ten of Swords, but the wonderful thing about the Ten of Swords is it ain't gonna get any worse. It's over. The worst is over. There it is. The worst is over. And I think not knowing can be the worst, and things not growing can be the worst. So whatever this period of like, why isn't this functioning, or why isn't this happening, or why isn't this growing, that's what's over. And I think that's good news. I think that's good news. There's some sort of togetherness or celebration that's going to start happening. There's some sort of maybe invite to a celebration, or being able to be with friends again, or being able to celebrate again, or being able to be with people again, or joy. Like, it's almost like joy is coming back, you know? You stood your ground and continue to stand your ground. This is an acknowledgement of how far you've come, and how far you maybe still have to go, but definitely an acknowledgement of how far you've come, which is helpful. It's helpful. Oh, I'm sorry. All of these things are... Oh. Okay. All of these things are helpful, you know? Hold on, let me see. So this is conflict, but this is conflict that you can overcome. This is kind of like red tape kind of conflict. It's little shit that, in other words, after what you've been through, after it's over, it doesn't mean that everything has like you have no more problems and you've reached the end of the rainbow. But the conflict that comes after that, everything will seem like small potatoes. Like, you know that you will be, it's almost like you understand, you have the confidence. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. You have the confidence in you to know, I can get over that. I can figure this out. There's some sort of offer that's being made, or you're making an offer. This is central energy, love, offering love, opening up to love. There's really hard work here, doing hard work, lots of hard work. Maybe somebody wasn't interested, or just there was a sense of, not having the energy to even look at it. Not necessarily not being interested, but just somebody was so hard at work, they really didn't have the time, or they just, it's like they didn't have time to look at things. Okay. Well, now something's coming through hardcore. There's a message or a statement. There's an offer on the table. Something's coming through big time. And this is a very generous offer. This is a very generous offer. Very generous woman. Kind, caring, giving. And there's balance here. Temperance. Finding a way to make something work. This is really interesting energy. Because it's not like that bing, bam, boom. You know, it's not like that kind of... Hold on. I knew I had something. You're going to be very, very happy. You're going to be very, very happy with this. And I'll tell you, this is why it's not big, bam, boom. This is why it's not like... hold on. This is why... Okay. The energy is subdued. And this is why the energy is subdued. Because it's meant for you. It's meant for you. That's why. And it's meant for you. And so you have to be in the energy of being able to handle it. If it was all kinds of like, I don't know, happening like in a crazy kismet way, and it is kismet, but if it was happening in an explosive way, it would be too much too soon, and it would be all over at once. But it's not happening that way. It's happening in a more subdued way, almost like a controlled explosion, so that you can handle the rupture to your life, so that it's actually exploding for good, not for bad. And whatever, it's almost exploding so space can be made, not to ruin things, because explosions are very dangerous things, right? So if you have a controlled explosion, everything is exploding in the right place to move whatever boulders or obstacles out of the way that need to be moved out of the way. And that's kind of what's happening, is like a controlled explosion, so that you're confident. Look at the central energy, so that you can be confident and not afraid to give something away, to do something. You can be confident and you can be not afraid. That's really important, because fear is going to put you into the mindset of somebody else. You know that kind of other self you have when you get really nervous or you don't feel good enough for something? You kind of become some version of yourself that you think somebody will like. Well, that can't happen here. You have to be your full self. You have to be your true self. And so you have to be calm about it. Calm enough to be seen, calm enough to be viewed, calm enough to show and share yourself with, and I'm just going to say this, somebody else. Because this is staring at me right on the bottom of the deck. So it does have to do with partnership. It has to do with coming together with somebody in equal amounts. You know, equal amounts. It's like it's got to be coming from both sides. It can't just be coming from you. It's got to be coming from both sides. And the wonderful thing about this central energy, this Knight of Cups, is that it's just coming from an open-hearted position. It's coming from a position of optimism. It's optimistic. So there's sort of an optimistic approach to things. yeah, somebody has been working very hard, and in some ways they have not connected or communicated because they're working so much. You know, people got to work, especially when they're building their own dreams out, especially when they have, when they have goals and aspirations. And so ultimately, but there is something coming through. Maybe there's a breakthrough in finances. Maybe there's a breakthrough in work. You have the Queen of Pentacles. There's just this sense of communication coming through, or knowledge or information coming through, getting the information that you need in order to solidify or make your position stronger. You have been waiting for this news. You've been looking for this information so as to make things right. You have the Nine of Cups sitting here. Temperance is a big energy. It's figuring out how to, temper things, to bring two things together and make them work together. So there's just this sense of two things coming together and finding a way to work, finding a way. I mean, this is this. The temperance is two people coming together, in a way that it didn't seem like it was going to work, but because of you open your mind, you broaden your mind, you expand your mind, you don't look at it the same way that you used to look at it, right? And then you can find the solution to this answer for alchemically the two to come together. You can't force this. I'll say that right now. The Temperance card is Major Arcana, which means it's not all your choice. There's God involved here. There is, whatever you want to call it, destiny, God, the universe. There's something working to work things out. And so faith is required right now, right? So there's just this sense of where we might really want to give up hope when we see a Ten of Swords moment, like something just ended. The ending is really to the things not working out. This is discovering a way to make things work, or allowing a way to make things work. So what does that mean for you? Solutions are going to be coming to those areas in your life that you just couldn't figure out. You couldn't make sense of them, right? But solutions are coming. Awakenings are coming. Realizations are coming. And it could very well be just because you allowed yourself the space. We had that real yin energy, if you remember, in yesterday's conversation. So if you just allow the space for the universe to come in and fill this up and say, well, this is what you're missing. This is what you need. It's like, give it over to the universe, give it over, because you don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. So what did I tell you? This had to be a slow moving process because you maybe aren't the most strong in terms of your self-esteem. I'm sorry. I'm going through a wonky period right now. You aren't the most solid in terms of your self-esteem. And so you had to take this slowly. This had to move slow. What's up, Meg? What's up? You had to, this had to move slowly. And this may have, let me just say this. It had to move slowly. Why? Read this card. You are good enough. Virgo energy is cultivating and nurturing and growing things slowly. You are good enough. Not you are just good enough as in I have self-esteem, though that's extremely important. You are good enough to be able to handle this challenge. You are good enough to be able, you have what it takes to contribute to fixing this situation, solving this situation, or contributing to this partnership, this relationship, this project. You are good enough. In fact, you are the right one for this job, right? You are the right one. So when it says you are good enough, you're good enough to get this done. You're good enough for this job. You're good enough. You're good enough. You're good enough to be there, to have a seat at that table. You are good enough. And I feel like there was this slow movingness about this energy to get you to the point where you would realize that you are good enough for whatever this is that you're working on. And maybe, that's what was missing here. That's what was missing. Confidence that you could actually do it. And what happens? Then you cut off. What happens when you lack confidence? You cut off your intuition. You cut off your sixth sense. You cut off that knowing because you doubt yourself. And some of that knowing is what makes you successful. Sacral chakra, there was draining of the energy. Your energy was drained. You felt kind of gutless or fuelless, or like you didn't have anything to give. Let's put it that way. Sacral energy was coming up in reverse. Base chakra, uprooting, being uprooted. A lot of these chakras are feeling uprooted. So in other words, especially if you've been dealing with illness, because a Virgo season is like a time of health as well. Virgo rules health, the maintenance of the body and the life and the conditions of your life. So this is a sense of feeling uprooted, feeling not so good, right? Feeling kind of like you're lacking energy. Now all of a sudden you're going to understand why. Crown chakra is telling me that there's illumination. There's information coming in that lets you know why you've been feeling that way. And once you know why you're feeling that way, now there's answers. There's answers to those questions of what's been happening, what's been going on. So there's an empowerment here today. There's a transition into information as power that we didn't have before. There's no place like home. Okay. There's no place like home. And higher power. Oh, I love you, God. So I feel like this is the longing for the home, the needing to be in the home, the needing to pay more attention to the home space, the needing to like almost, I can't, it's like homesickness. I know that sounds really simple, but this is homesickness. And it could be homesickness just as in missing family, missing friends, missing being around people that you feel loved by. Maybe you haven't gotten enough time to spend time with people that really care about you, or you feel really cared for by. You know, there's like this sense of needing to feel nurtured. Someone needs to feel nurtured, and this higher power is illuminating you, making you realize this, and maybe even bringing you toward what will make you feel this way or what will make them feel this way. It's also a sense of building a home. It's like the universe is leading you toward like building something that where you belong, finding where you belong, discovering where you belong. Now, home is a safe place. But it's also a place that nurtures you, right? It's not just you nurturing others. It's you are nurtured by this space. So I feel like we're being led to our home or where we belong. That's what I feel is happening. Through all this craziness, lots of things had to be set up, and it's being set up to guide us to our home. Our home. Now this may be a new home for some people, or I don't know what that means for a lot of you. Track down your fears and desires. Oh. She-wolf, unleash the wild within. Oh, you know what, God? You are about to be in a situation where you can just be completely and truly yourself and not be afraid to be yourself. And that's what being at home is about, right? Where you can actually be completely yourself. This is around people who care about you. This is in a space that is yours. It's almost like this is home. You're finding home. Hunter and she-wolf. It's really interesting because a hunter would usually hunt the she-wolf, right? Right? But it's almost like he's looking for somebody who is unbridled. It's almost like this dude is looking for somebody that's unbridled. That's what his desire is for. His desire is for somebody who is just wild, who is just not carefree, but so themselves and so organic and so powerful in everything that they are. He can't raise his arrow to it. You know, he wants to protect its ability to be wild. It's almost like when a hunter meets an animal that is so impressive to it, it doesn't want it dead. And what is that? Love. Remember that Buddhist statement? If you like a flower, you pick it. If you love a flower, you let it grow. It's kind of that, it's discovering such a deep beauty in someone or something that instead of wanting to own it or possess it, you want to build a home for it and around it, just so you can continue to share its space. So this is a really magical connection. Really magical connection. Positive future. Recognize that in other words, you right now are building the future that you're going to be living in 10 years from now. And you can look toward a positive future because you know where to lay the bricks for that positive future because of all the mistakes you made in the past, right? Yeah, we take the lessons of the past with us. So right now, today matches this energy of something starting that's going to be your future. Something is starting now that is building out your future. This is a long-term, this is going to keep growing, this is going to keep going kind of day. This is what concerns me. Masquerade. Who's faking and who's pretending? I think right now what this card means is right now not everything has been revealed to you. That's all it means. Right now you don't know everything. Right now there's still some uncertainty. Okay? Can I get a confirmation, please? What is this uncertainty? What is this uncertainty? What can we expect from it? Getting the Sun card here. I don't think it's bad. I think it's uncertain just how it's all going to work out. And that's true. We just confirm this is what comes out. 10 of Cups. So that's love, romance, home. The 10 of Cups is home. Being somewhere that is solid, that is right for you, that is good for you. Right now, it's still, let's say this right now. Right now, let's go back to the metaphor. Right now, the hunter is still hunting, but he feels something different is approaching. And he's shifting and he's changing right now because he's intrigued by a scent that he's picked up. But right now, I don't think that either of them have been revealed to each other, or at least not like the hunter hasn't revealed itself to the wild thing. Let's put it that way. It's almost like that. Maybe because it's intimidated. You know, it's almost like somebody here doesn't really know how to approach somebody else. Let's put it that way. And this could be applied to so many different things, right? This could be an offer on the table, a project on the table, romantic interest. And this is where our faith comes in, guys. When you feel something's in the air, don't doubt it. It is in the air, right? But you've got to kind of let it settle and be itself for a while. So I guess overall, the statement of today is don't go after something too hard. Don't have your arrow at the ready. Watch, observe, look, appreciate, enjoy, take in information, right? Because information is coming to you. I feel open. You're ready. You're ready for something new. And then I will protect. So it's interesting. I feel open, but I will protect. Those are two very contradictory energies. You know, I feel open, and I will protect. So what are we protecting here? I think we feel open in a dreamy sense. I think we feel open in the sense of our creativity and our imagination. I will protect. What is this? This could be a statement from the angels. I will protect you. And remember, let's go back to the hunter wild thing metaphor. Both sides are being protected. The wild thing is being protected because the universe has peaked the hunter's interest. And so it's not going to try to kill it right away. And simultaneously, the universe is also protecting the hunter, because the wild thing isn't going to attack right away, right? It's almost like they're two their two defensive energies have been calmed just enough to allow an opening for each other. And that, my friends, is where something totally new is created. It's like conception. Ooh. Dreams. Believe in your dreams. What have you been dreaming of? What have you been dreaming of? Who has been showing up in your dreams? What have you not been able to get your mind off of? Remember that quote that I posted recently? Watch where your mind goes, and you'll know where your heart is. I think that's paraphrasing, but it's like that. It's like where is your mind always traveling to, and you'll know where your heart is. So we have Emerald, ceremonies and celebrations. Okay, it's a time of important life passages, such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. Okay, progress, not perfection. There you go. Perfection kills progress. That's what my best friend tells me. Progress, and so in progress, not perfection. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to take one step after the other. Don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. And that's the courage that you need to keep moving forward. And then heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness, as it's trustworthy. Okay. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't need to talk over a statement that's already been made well. Divine intervention. I love this. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow, yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. Sacred knowledge. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Feel the peace within. I think this is an actual good statement. For me, after I get offline, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to meditate for a little while to see just the calmness in myself. Beyond your thoughts lies your eternal truth, the I am presence of eternal love. And then last but not least, protection. You are safe. Do not fear. We are with you always and surround you always with our invisible wings of light. I got the image just of like, you know, when things are taking really, your computer is not loading and you're afraid that your computer is going to crash, or you're afraid you're going to see that pop up that says, I'm sorry, it couldn't load, reload, or try again, or restart your computer. That's not what's going to happen. It's loading. It's taking its damn sweet time, but it's loading. So just let it go at the pace that it needs, because it is going to work out. The slowness is the divine intervention. The slowness of this pace is so that things can be really ready and really kind of right. So don't rush, because it's going to take time for you to get stronger too. And it's going to take time for the other side to get prepared. The Two of Cups here is 100%. This is not just about you. This is about you and somebody else. Could be about you and, I don't know, a fucking industry that's just going to start to open up to you. It could be you, and like an employer. All in all, it's not just about you. There's both sides are prepping here. Both sides have to be, but they are. Both sides are becoming. And the frustrating part is your intuition tells you you're so close. But you are. And here's your confirmation. You are so close. So stay steady and faithful. You don't want to miss this because you've rushed it. Remember, if you rush, you'll arrive at the wrong time and you won't meet your opportunity. You must trust this pace. And you must trust this situation. You must do this. You must. You must. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on here with me today. I am a little tired for some reason. I'm just going to trust that I'm going to go with it. And I'm going to give myself a second. And then, get back at it. So, Aries, Gemini, and Taurus, you are up. And they were great readings last night. I really enjoyed them. And they're live. So we have 9 out of the 12 zodiacs all live. And Cancer, Leo, Virgo, you will be live tomorrow between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. and 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is 11 a.m. and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and all the increments in the middle throughout the States. Over in Europe, this is usually around 5 or 6 p.m. in the evening. So I hope you all I hope you all get to enjoy the videos. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest. Oh, thank you so much, St. Bernard's Whiskey. I love my Geminis. I love my Gemini readings. You guys are fucking fun. And always surprise me with the comments, but they're interesting surprises. They're not like mean surprises. You know, they're not like vengeful or hurtful. They're just like interesting, seeing things from a different perspective kind of comments. And I like those. So keep on commenting. I can rarely respond. If you want me to respond to your comments, I always respond to the comments over on Vimeo, because it's a more selective, it's more concentrated, it's more focused, and for God's sake, you paid for the video. So I'm sure to always get to those comments. I love you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.